Hello, YouTube. Today I want to talk about a couple of different kind of custom box cutters for people who use box cutters daily, who just, do simple tasks like, if you work in retail and you cut a lot of boxes. I used to work at CVS, which is when I used to use all of these pretty much. It kind of started out as a more or less obsession with efficiency because the box cutters they give you is the standard, the one that uses the single side blade that you just kind of, the one that the box cutter, the carton cutter. So those are garbage because what ends up happening is you end up losing them. So I was always looking for something that I can always have on me. Um, Not a knife because I live in New York. So you can get arrested for carrying around a knife, even a small pocket knife. Depends on how cops feel that day. So I'd like to have a really compact, really portable type of cutter, and box cutters really fit that profile. But there's not a lot on the market. So originally, when looking for it, I found one of these. Um, so it turns out that this was a knockoff of uh, a guy named Brad who runs tactical keychains. So if you want to check him out on Instagram, he makes the original, and they're called TUKK. So it's pretty much one of the X-Acto knife blades, uh, and it's just inside of this little holder, and has a little slide over here, slides up. Now this was a knockoff, and I bought this and I didn't know it was a knockoff until I kind of looked it up and I saw that the original was called TUKK, TUKK. So this actually turned out to not be what I was looking for because there's no locking mechanism. Now in the original TUKK is the same way. There's no real locking mechanism. So this, there's not really a lot of uses unless, let's say opening letters or something like that. Some really, really light usage. So this wasn't what I was looking for. Um, it just kind of slides up and out and pushes in by itself. So you gotta hold it. Um, the ones made by Brad is really, really nice. This one is just, I don't know, it says it's titanium. I doubt it 100%. I tried to change the blades and literally all the screws stripped. So this is garbage. I just had it, because that's one of the first ones that I originally bought. So after looking into this, and I found out it was actually the same time that Brad was making the TUKK XL. So this is the TUKK XL, and this is one of the first ones that he made. Now he makes new ones with 4 screws on the back instead of 1 screw. And this is held up really, really well. Very simple mechanism. One hand open. Boom, boom. You can put it out, slide it halfway, push it down, and locks into place. So now this is the second notch. And there's a little bit of blade play, but this gets the job done. I honestly think that this is the perfect box cutter. One hand open. It's quick, it's easy. It's by far, out of all of these, one of the best for tasks like cutting boxes. Maybe not carton cutting, because this notch that's in here, it can easily come out. So let's say you're cutting something that the blade would get stuck on. What ends up happening is if it moves, it ends up kind of sliding out of the groove. But this one, if you cut boxes, get one of these because it's the best. I've used this one for years. I've used it since I got it. I mean, it held up really, really well. And like I said, I mean, this is the pinnacle right here. So if you cut boxes or you do cardboard, tape, anything like that, get one of these because this solved my problem. You attach it to one of these, boom, you have your liner here. I'm just gonna put it in here, just argument's sake. Put it in the key ring, have that hooked on, one hand open, boom, one hand closed, use it, let it go. I've been using this one for as long as I bought it, every single day, and it's never let me down. I cannot recommend this enough. I mean, this one is just absolutely amazing. So that's that one. Next we have Felina Design Silent TI. I do have a hook blade in here for whatever reason. These blades are useless for boxes. But this one I just leave at home. This one is really nice, but it's more of a show. It's more of like a showroom one. I just always saw this one, and I always liked it. So that's why I bought it. Very nice, very smooth. I mean, it's beautifully machined. However, my biggest problem with this is this back part. So pretty much to take the blade out, you got to slide it back and pull it out. And I mean, it works. It's great. But what ends up happening is when you have your blade in here and you're just doing normal cutting, what ends up happening is when you retract, sometimes it's really, really easy to over retract. So then you have it like this, you gotta do it like this, and it's just a small thing, but it gets really annoying really fast. This is honestly, it's machined pretty much perfectly. I mean, the quality is incredible, but I wouldn't use this for every day just because, I don't know, it's expensive. I would hate to lose it. You know what I mean? And why even bother when you can get one of these, have it attached, and never have to worry about losing it. You know what I mean? Next up, this is the C.h.u.b, C.h.u.b. And this one is really nice for the heavy duty stuff. This would give you the same functionality as a full-size box cutter, for cutting carpets and for cutting whatever else, drywall, things like that nature. This would be the one you want to use. This one is like super solid. It has a simple mechanism here. Slide in, slide out. This is the first. There's a couple positions. This is first position. I mean, honestly, that one's really useless. Second position is all the way but not fully extended. All the way for the blade but not fully extended. This is fully extended. So this one I really liked. I was really hyped for it when I saw it because it's really a full size, like, you know what I mean? When I got it though, however, it proved to be a little problematic. The tension on this knob was a nightmare. It was way too hard for me to push down. I had to disassemble it and actually bend the tension on it inward so that way it would be a little easier to open. I mean, and even now, I mean, you could open it with one finger, but it's difficult. You know what I mean? You gotta like have it at the right spot on your thumb. And even then, this button, I don't know if you can really like tell, but it's a smooth button. Like, I mean, the button is honestly the biggest design flaw of this, because the button is so smooth and the edges of the button are so sharp that they really cut into your finger after a while. You know, I could understand if you like got to two-hand it, you know what I mean? You could one-hand it, but after a while, it really takes a toll on your thumb. But this one is really solid construction. Like I said, this would be more for your heavy-duty work. This pocket clip is really, really solid. Construction is super solid. I mean, I could toss this thing at a brick wall, would survive no problem. So a couple of things I don't like about it. Button, the tension is pretty good. But the button was definitely, see, like if like you can't open it like this. You gotta like have a full hand on it and push it down and pull it up. Like it just gets annoying after a while. You have to hold it the right way. Like you can't, because it'll slide. Because what happens too is he made this too far back. So like, you know, if it was reversed, like if this was over here, it would have been much, like if they had moved this whole thing up here, it would have been a lot better. Because basically, I mean, the TUKK is at the perfect position for your finger to just push down and push it up. This one, you got to reach all the way back here. So, you know, it's just a bad angle. Another thing is this point should have been rounded. It would have made it a lot better, because it is a sharp point, especially this back part. It's pretty sharp. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty good. Solid construction. But it just didn't work out for me. This one is made by T&P, Tactical and Portable. This one is really nice. This one is super solid. I mean, it's like, it literally feels like just a brick of metal. I think it's titanium construction. The way this one works is you push down on this little button right here. It's open on both sides, so you can just grab it, slide it up. I like this one a lot just because it's like a more solid version of kind of like the TUKK, but I mean, it just feels bigger. I mean, it is bigger, you know what I mean? It's just a bigger, more solid version of the TUKK XL. But the thing that turned me off about this is that it's two-hand, so you can't just one-hand it. You have to actually push the button down and then slide it up. You know, that's annoying. Especially if, you know, you have it attached to a keychain and you gotta pull it out and you gotta hold it and slide it up, and you know, it's just annoying. To retract it though is nice. You just push the button, slides back in there, it's locked. There is a magnet in here. I've disassembled all of these, and there's a magnet in this one that helps it slide into place when retracting. So that's why it falls in there so nicely. This one has a little bottle opener. It works really well. A little pry bar. But like I said, that's not really why I'm buying it. Really like the lanyard hole. Really like the compact, solid design. Like, this is heavy duty. You know what I mean? Instead of using the C.h.u.b for like carpet cutting, I'll probably use this one. Just because, I mean, this one is not gonna come out at all. It's very thin. I mean, it's if I was to go like this, like nothing, this is not coming out. That's really the only aspect of this one that kind of beats the TUKK, because this blade is held down by magnets. So like I said, if it moves, what ends up happening is if it gets caught, it'll slide out or it'll slide in, or you know what I mean? But this one was okay. Never really used it that often because I was using TUKK, and this one seemed it's just a clunky mechanism. If he made these one hand open, I mean, I don't know how he would do it, because he would need more space here, but it would be a lot better one hand opening because it's a really nice design. Okay, so those are the ones that are nice and compact. There is one more contender, which after I found out about it, I pretty much stopped using all the others. The only thing it was, I can't really use this one anymore because I don't like having it attached to my belt or anything like that because it looks too much like a knife. But this one, I mean, it beats all the rest just for functionality. So this is made by Banslowcroft Customs. And I'll have all of them in the description, the names. This is called the Modern Everyday Kiradashi. And this thing is really nice. It's pretty much just a full-sized utility blade holder. And this is solid. I mean, it's solid. You got your orange G10, titanium. And these are super nice. I mean, it's full-sized. You know what I mean? You get full blade use. And it's amazing. This is just really, I mean, I'm surprised that there aren't more things like this on the market. I mean, as of right now, this is pretty much the only one I've seen. And it's incredible. I mean, the scale's super nice. I mean, it's titanium in the middle. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just like a super solid. It's pretty much what you're looking for in a disposable knife. You know what I mean? Utility blades are extremely cheap, extremely versatile, you know, and this is just perfect. I only have one real problem was that this sheath, I actually bought this TUKK, that's what it's called. I was trying to remember what it is. So I bought the TUKK to attach it here because that's what he made. He made the whole space style perfect for TUKK. But it's just big and clunky. I mean, you know, they do have the TUKK minis, and I bought one of those, but it broke while using it. But you can also get the TUKK mini. It's a little bit smaller. I mean, this was pretty much the only thing I didn't like about it was there was no mechanism to really secure it to the belt. But I was using the TUKK and it worked fine. But it was just, I mean, this is just so big. You know, and what ended up happening was one of the screws ended up getting stuck in there. I was never able to use it anymore after that. So now it sits at home. But he has a new what is this, holster. And that one does come with some type of plastic thing here with some lanyard. So your belt goes inside of the plastic, and it works really perfect. So I'm glad to see that he worked out the kink with that because that was pretty much the only thing really negative about this. Another thing is that he uses these screws, which is like a T7 or something like that. And that's like a really weird screw. I would have really rathered if you use like a flathead. So then, you know, easily in the field, you know, you want to change the blade, you could just have a flathead, boom, use a coin. Just like how, what's that thing? The Gerber exchanger blade has their screws with, you know, just like one flat straight notch. So you could just use a dime or something, put it in there, turn it. You know, that would be a much better way of having these screws. So that way, you know, you don't have to look around for a special tool. But this one is amazing. It's just an amazing blade holder knife. If you were doing, you know, serious work, then forget all of these. Get this one. It's amazing. So that's pretty much all the ones I have. I did have the exchanger blade. I don't know where it went though. Kind of lost that. That's the tried and true classic. The one that started it all pretty much. The only thing I don't like about the exchanger blade, even though I don't have one on here, is the hinge where it folds. After a while, mine's got really weak and it just would flip open. I mean, it was $13. These are like completely more expensive, but I mean, like I expected it to at least hold out. But anyways, that's beyond the point. So let's talk price. Don't remember how much I paid for this. Honestly, wouldn't buy it again. It's garbage. I think these were originally $60 when they first came out. Now, I believe he sells them for, I want to say 80, but I'm not too sure. That's because now he does different coatings on it and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's definitely worth $80. Like I said, if you're just doing boxes, 100% get one of these. I mean, 100. I cannot recommend it enough. I've used it every single day for the past, I can't even remember, like maybe 2 years, 3 years. And this is like just, like I said, it's the pinnacle. Perfect. Like, it's designed perfectly. So that's about, the new ones are about $80. So this one, like I said, this is the showroom. This one's not leaving the house. Too scared to lose it. This one was $135. Yeah, it's cool. Would I buy it again? Maybe not. I feel like that was an impulse purchase. I think these were 100 and something. I think 100. Actually, I think this one was $80 because this was I forget which steel it was. Maybe aluminum. I'm not sure. But the titanium one was 120, and I think this one was 80. Is this one worth it? I don't know. Would I buy it again? Yes, 100% would buy it again. This one I believe was 50, 55. I think it was. Bought it on Urban EDC. This one I really didn't get any use out of. Just because it was, the TUKK was better. Would I buy it again? Yes, I would. Just because I like it. Definitely think it's worth the money. He also has different scales. Like, so this whole front part you can remove. And he has different ones you can put on there. That was really nice. It's a nice blade. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. But it's just, the two-hand open kind of gets me. I mean, why have two hand when you can have one hand? Then again, they can do different things. This one's much stronger, so. So this one, I believe I paid $65 for. He has different scales. So like some of them are made of wood, some of them are made of synthetics. He has a really nice one which I actually wanted to buy, which is a Jade Ghost. So that one is like a nice jade green, kind of translucent. That's the one I was looking for, but when I had looked in the store, he didn't have it. At the time, it was sold out. Maybe I'll get another one. I mean, I work in a different place now, so I really don't have any use for box cutters. But this one was, I paid $65, I think it was. And that was including shipping and everything. Would I buy this one again? 100%. This one is amazing. I mean, if you can just, if you can just get one of them out of the group, if you can just get one, depending on what you're doing, if you were doing heavy cutting, carpets, drywalls, roofing, get this. This will not let you down. It's a great, great knife. If you just want to get one of them, and all you do is boxes, I don't know, light stuff, boxes, plastic, things like that. Get this. I mean, it'll never let you down. Like I said, this is the pinnacle of box cutters. Just attach it to a lanyard, and you're good to go. And these are actually really, really good. This is made by TUKK. They do have more heavy-duty ones. I would just get the heavy-duty one. You can hold about 10 keys, and this thing weighs nothing. When it comes to weight, by the way, the heaviest one is definitely this one. I mean, it's really, really nice, sturdy, solid build. So these are really great, made by TUKK. They have larger ones. This one was the ID holder. Those IDs are my keys here. So this one, really strong. I've used one of these for 2 years, and it never broke. And what ended up happening was this is Kevlar. It ended up getting really frayed, and eventually it ripped. It lasted me 2 years. So I mean, that's incredible. You know what I mean? Made in California. Definitely worth it. Definitely check this out. Keybak, Keybak. And yeah, pretty much that's it. Overall, these are really great box cutters. If you can get them, definitely get them. I've been searching for a while to see which one could, help me out every day. And definitely, these definitely solve the problem I have with regular box cutters, which is I was losing them all the time, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's just nice to have a blade on you, you know what I mean? You never know when you might need a blade, I mean, even if you're at the office, you know what I mean? Something you gotta open, something you gotta cut. Always nice to have this. I actually usually carry this one with me because I put this, on my ID photo, so I'm gonna put this back on there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you got any questions, feel free to ask me. I usually respond pretty quickly. And thanks a lot for watching, alright? Take care, guys.